Hello, everyone. This is going to be interesting. First show without Kyle. And obviously, you see he's in the chat, but that's going to be interesting. Gonna figure some things out here. But welcome to another Thursday edition of Leave It at the Table. Tonight, I'm joined by one of my pretty good friends, one of my really good friends, Eduardo Rivera.
Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you having me on the show today.
Yeah, I'll pull out the government name, Eduardo.
I saw that.
Eduardo. And as usual, but this time on the other side of the camera, we have Mr. Jeffrey Cooper.
Oh yeah, second appearance.
Yeah, on the way here, I reached out to you and I was like, hey, so like you ready to make your on-screen debut
again?
For some challenge. Well, for a challenge.
For a challenge.
And he was like, yeah, what do you have for me? I said, hey, today's going to be a piece of cake. And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we've got a fun show for you guys. Really excited. Sorry, Shelby, you're going to have to look at me a little bit more often. Kyle is out of the office. He's paying some bills and taking care of business, hopefully hitting them straight. I'll leave it at that. But starting tonight off, we'll go ahead and talk about Bass Tackle Supply, if you'll hit it over there. Once my phone opens up. Head on over to Bass Tackle Supply for all your fishing needs, from baits to hooks and tackle. You can find it all at BassTackleSupply.com. Use code LEAVEIT at checkout for 10% off your purchase. Starting this past Monday through December 31st, I don't know if you guys have heard, but they're all qualifying hunting, fishing, and camping supplies are exempt from tax for the 2025 hunting, fishing, and camping sales tax holiday. You can learn more about the holiday at floridarevenue.com/huntfishcamp.com. Start taking advantage of the holiday today at BassTackleSupply.com. And remember to use code LEAVEIT at checkout. So me and Eddie kind of came up with this idea of tasting burgers from a bunch of different places in Panama City and Panama City Beach. Just some local places that we want to show some love to. And just kind of get an idea of what they have to offer. Because I put a post up the other day, and there were a whole bunch of people that came out with, my grill, you got to go here, you got to do this, you got to do that. well, let's see what some of these places actually have. And so to start this conversation off, before we get into the burgers, I kind of want to ask Jeffrey, what do you think is your tailgate? What is your best tailgate food dream?
I definitely have to say a nice burger with some bacon thrown on. You can't never go wrong with some bacon and burgers. Never go wrong.
You got any sides with that?
Let's throw some fries in there. A little bit of coleslaw.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And that's it.
Okay.
Coleslaw, fries, good burger with some bacon on it.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of a northern
Yeah.
tailgate.
As soon as you said coleslaw, I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
I don't know, that's going to be something down in the South that we're eating. I know from being from Philadelphia and stuff like that, our tailgates had, cheesesteaks, brats, sausage, ribs and stuff like that. And then when I moved to Houston, that's when it was, people camping out there, 24 hours prior to the game kickoff, and they're out there with their smokers and they're out there being serious. They got ribs, briskets and stuff like that. So, it's different to see the food menu and selections when it comes from a northern barbecue versus like a southern barbecue. And then for those that are watching, what are some of the things that you are interested in when you go to a tailgate? What are some must-haves, right? I know for myself, a must-have is going to be like, burger, like you mentioned, like Jeff mentioned, the burger's always going to be a good, quick, just grab and go, especially if you're having a beer or two or playing cornhole, whatever it may be. Got to wrap the glizzies, there's always going to be hot dogs for the most part, or at least brats of some sorts, right? But yeah, I mean, that's my 2 cents about it.
Now, for me, being from down south Louisiana, like you always hear, you go to a tailgate down in LSU in Baton Rouge, you're gonna get you some gumbo, some jambalaya, crawfish pie. Like, you're gonna get you some good food.
Oh, yeah.
It's so I'm a little bit spoiled in that front. Obviously, there are a lot of places that can claim that they're the tailgate capital, because I feel like they do it right in Wisconsin, in Green Bay. It comes to mind. Then you've got places over in Houston, Dallas. Like I feel like they've got enough food. It's all the food places that you would think of, but then you add in Green Bay. I think that's a very, I wouldn't say underrated, but whenever you think of food places, you're thinking Louisiana, Texas.
Major cities, you're thinking about
your major cities, and then you throw in, they just care a whole lot more in Green Bay. It's kind of wild, and definitely want to catch a game there at some point. But we've got Matt Seedorf. He's saying they put coleslaw on burgers up here. Where exactly is here? Because I know Kyle would know that, but where exactly is up here? Because that's definitely north of the Mississippi. North of the Mason-Dixon line, because coleslaw on a burger. I mean, so if you know anything about, I know we're talking burgers, but being from South Louisiana, we do a lot of po' boys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, right after Katrina, my family moved to just outside Nashville. While we're up there, everybody finds out we're from South Louisiana, and they're like, oh, you got to try this Cajun place. This place just opened up. You got to try this. You got to try that. Well, we're like, okay. They're like, oh, it's the best place. It's the best Cajun food. Well, we're like, okay, we'll be the judge of that.
Yep.
And we go to this place, and I order just a shrimp po' boy, just basic shrimp po' boy. And the guy brings it out, and it has coleslaw on it. And I'm looking at it going, what the heck is this? My mom looked at me, and she was like, you don't have to eat that. Don't worry about that. So I'm like scraping off the coleslaw. Well, the server comes by and was like, oh, what do you guys think? Because we had already told him we're from South Louisiana. We're like, yeah, we're like, well, it's kind of weird. This has coleslaw on it. Where exactly is the chef from? And he goes, oh, well, he's from Missouri. And we're like, okay, so did he like train in New Orleans or South Louisiana? Did he train somewhere that he learned all this? He goes, no, but he's been through Memphis.
Oh, heck.
What?
Yeah, no.
So he's from Missouri, but he's been through Memphis, so that gives him, so he's a Cajun chef.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. So,
Nah, it's the same way with like Philly cheesesteaks.
oh yeah,
Think
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. Any other restaurant, for the most part, that's going to say, "Hey, we got a Philly cheesesteak," and then as someone that's eaten multiple cheesesteaks in my lifetime, right? You go up to them and, hey, let me get a Philly, let me try it out, right? Then they start adding peppers and all this other stuff, and it's just like a true, authentic cheesesteak
Yeah.
is literally just meat, onions, and cheese. So like if
I
you
can get behind that.
Oh yeah.
so like if you ever like the Philly traps are always going to be Pat's and Geno's because that's what you see on the
Yeah.
television when sporting events are taking place.
Yeah.
They're like $18 a cheesesteak at those places. So it's outrageous on how much expensive it is, right? And then now, what really makes a cheesesteak is the bread. The Amarasa rolls are by far what makes the sandwich, right? And then you got some places that do like the sesame seed bread and stuff like that, and it still slaps. But I mean, each restaurant has like their own take.
Yeah,
But-
it's the same way. It's the same way with po' boys, but it brings me back to a conversation that we had whenever we went to Chicago. Because part of that trip, we went up to Milwaukee, and we're walking through this little market area, and it's probably 9 o'clock in the morning, so we're not eating, but we're looking at this place, and all of a sudden. And next thing you know, they're advertising a Philly cheesesteak, and Eddie takes one look and goes, "The hell is that? That ain't no cheesesteak."
Yeah, again, it just comes down to what some of the special ingredients that are added to those sandwiches, right? Again, Philly cheesesteak is just strictly meat, cheese, and onion. So when you actually go to some of these like cheesesteak spots, they simply, if you don't know what you're ordering right off the rip, they're not going to serve you. They'll literally holler in your face and say next.
Oh my god!
So like you got to come correct. So like if you go to Pat's and Geno's, they're like, all right, what do you want? And it's like, yo, let me get a whiz wit. And that's just saying that you want a cheesesteak with onions with cheese whiz. Or do you want
Cheese whiz?
Yeah, cheese
Interesting.
whiz is what makes it like thick and hearty and like sticks to your ribs as you're trying to like digest it and everything.
Like spray cheese
No,
whiz?
no, there ain't no spray cheese whiz, but it's like they make their cheese whiz sauce and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
that,
And it's real thick. So like you
I was
can,
about to say.
so like you can go to grocery stores and buy a jar, like it's just like, you know, the queso dip and stuff like that. You can
Yeah.
probably find it in the same aisle and stuff. But cheese whiz is really thick. So they get a bunch of it, and you know they'll just slab it on the bread on one side. They put the meat, onions, and stuff like that.
Okay.
But again, they got like another container, just keeping the cheese warm for like American cheddar stuff like that. So
As soon as you said cheese whiz, I'm thinking of like in the can,
Yeah,
the
the little
bright
aerosol
ass
can.
orange, bright ass orange. Like what the heck?
Like-
you look like me. Could look like my hair
the
coming
Leaning
out.
Tower of Cheesa,
Yeah.
from Goofy movie.
Like how you gonna put that on a cheesesteak and
Nah,
call
man.
that like the thing?
Yeah, nah, but every time I go to Philadelphia and I come back, I always come back with a minimum of like 10 cheesesteaks. It's just a must. Because again, you just throw it in the freezer and then just.
How long does that keep? Well, in a freezer. How long does one in the fridge keep?
I honestly say everyone's different, right? So
Yeah.
everyone might leave leftovers for like 2 or 3 days. But honestly, you know, I don't really think a cheesesteak lasts much longer in my household. So once I take it out and I know it's about to be go time, like it's done within that day.
So-
I know the chat asked Pat's or Geno's. Neither, to be honest with you, they're tourist traps. They both taste the same. I like John's roast pork. It's actually, I know it says roast pork in it, but they got like the sesame seed bread that sells out really quickly. They make it in-house and everything like that. It's down in South Philly area next to IKEA area, but they got one of the best cheesesteaks out
Sweet.
there. My brother put me on to some spot in New Jersey. I got to get the name for you so that I can let you know. That by far has been one of the best ones that I've ever had. Angelo's is an up-and-coming pizzeria joint that a lot of places are ordering their cheesesteaks from.
Yeah.
They only have one phone line. So the minute you call, there's going to be people about, you know, as soon as they open up at 11 a.m., you know, people are already blowing up their phones trying to place an order and stuff like that.
Ooh.
The new like trend right now for cheesesteaks is Cooper Sharp cheese. So it's a little bit more creamier like texture. But again, it's just kind of like, you get a couple bitefuls and yeah, you're going to see it's game changing. Angelo's down South Philly next to the Italian area.
Yeah.
I'll get that name for you down in New Jersey, but that was by far the best cheesesteak I've ever had, hands down.
We've talked about in recent times. Saints have gone up to Philly to play. We've talked about going. It just happened to be over Christmas, and like things didn't align. But I definitely want to go. And hearing you talk about like walking up and they're gonna yell at me next if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm definitely going with someone who knows what they're talking about.
1,000%.
Because I'm not gonna walk up. Can I have a moment to look? Next, no, thank you. Jeffrey, you're from this area?
Yeah.
Okay, so any places? Let's see. What is this area known for? Seafood?
I wouldn't say seafood.
Would you?
We just have so much. We're like a melting pot here. We've got Cajun out on the beach. We got Mexican, Asian, Chinese. Think of it, we got it. I definitely go with David Snowballs.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the best restaurants in the area. I'll give them a free ad. They deserve it. Gone there every week after church. We don't go anymore, but getting a roast beef after church. Sitting in a cold church for 2 hours and then going and getting a nice warm roast beef. Amazing.
Nothing better.
Yeah,
No, nothing better.
That sounds fire.
Good.
So let's get into some burgers here. We've got a couple different places. We went to 5 different places. Some across the bridge, back towards PCB, and a couple places back on this side of the bridge. We went to the Craft Bar, the Break Room, Tally Hose, House of Henry, and Get You a Box. So if anybody wants to know more information, just reach out to one of us about any of those places. Because if I would have heard that list and not been a part of it, I would have definitely reached out and said, what the heck is Get You a Box? Because I've never heard of it.
So Get You a Box is actually a food truck, right?
Okay.
So I've always seen it parked over there by Sam's off of 23rd Street. And then I want to say I was looking into it a little bit more, and I saw they actually have a storefront now. And it's near the Cove area and stuff like that. So never actually had it. I've always seen it. So I said, why not for this opportunity, just give them a try. So I think that first one right there is going to be Tally Hose.
Oh, I was
good.
wanting to grab Get You a Box.
I think it's in the brown bag.
Okay.
Yeah. We got Bo Green in the chat. What's up, Bo?
Yeah, we got a couple late people, but we're welcome. Danielle and Bo.
Yeah.
Good to see you. So for this, do you guys? There it is. Po' Boys and Grubs. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll leave this up to you guys. Do you guys want to go 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10? What you thinking?
I'll say go 1 out of 5.
Yeah, let's do 1 out of 5.
All right.
1 out of 5, and you can't use 3.
Yeah.
I mean, because then everyone will be like, you know what? That's a 3. That's average. You know what I'm saying? So like, you cut out the average, and now you got to be a little bit more harsh on the review.
And Eddie, you were telling me a little bit before the show about where's the fat one? Never mind, I see him. He's right over here.
What's up, sweetheart?
You were telling me a little bit about just the ride home with fries.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
So like, it's just, obviously we wish to have these burgers freshly made, and I'm pretty sure if the owners of the restaurants that see this podcast, and they probably wish that we had it fresh too, right? But it's always interesting, like when you order food and like, all right, the fries are cold and tater tots are cold, stuff like that. It's actually surprising that some of the fries and sides that we've ordered for this event. I think the Craft Bar, they have like the old fashioned like steak fries looking.
Yeah.
That was actually still pretty good, even though it was like an hour after we ordered it.
Those were the longest, because obviously coming from
Yeah.
that far on the beach.
House of Henry, I went with the tater tots. You can never go wrong with some tater tots.
Oh,
and
no.
I don't care like how long it's been sitting. Tater tots is always going to be clutch. But yeah, it's just, best way to reheat all that stuff though is, put it in a microwave, nuke that. While it's in the microwave, have the frying pan on high. So after it gets hit with the microwave,
Been waiting for
you
this
nuke
all
it.
day, Shelby.
My guy's 2 bites in.
Oh yeah.
So after you nuke it in the microwave, you still have that frying pan on high. So you take it, it's already like heated up.
Oh, that's
you throw
nice.
it on the frying pan, and it gives it that crunch, right? That little crispiness to it.
Brings it back. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So,
That's nice.
Fat Boy Edition. This is the Big Back Edition, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's what it is. So, again, this is
Get you a box.
Get you a
Get You a
box,
Box. Let's get at it.
Jeffrey, you can keep eating.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty
Oh, yeah.
seasoned.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's one of the slogans. When you look it up online, it like warns you that it's seasoned.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
That's definitely.
Now I don't know if Kyle would like this. Look at this onion right here.
Yeah, Kyle's not an onion guy, but I mean, Jeffrey knows how to play the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
What's up, Mom? Just for anybody wondering, whenever we got these, we just did bacon cheeseburgers because, like Eddie already said, and I believe Jeffrey also said it, you can't go wrong with bacon.
Oh yeah.
So, just bacon cheeseburgers, how they came, and we're just we're gonna try them, we're gonna rate them, and we're gonna eat them, because you best believe there ain't gonna be no leftovers.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Kyle.
so I just got a text from my brother. It's called Lilo's. So the
Okay.
cheesesteak spot in New Jersey is Lilo's. They also got an amazing pizza there too. Angelo's is the same thing down in South Philly area, but Lilo's in New Jersey, it's fire.
I don't know if you guys are tasting it, but I really like that bread.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
real
The
soft.
bun?
Like
Soft.
it's not soggy.
Exactly. It's been sitting there for a minute, but it's not like just dripping in grease and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's actually good meat.
Oh yeah.
Good meat, good bread, and you could tell it like soaked into everything of what you want it to. So for that reason, I'm gonna start out hot. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah,
I do think obviously hot would be better, but I'm gonna start off with Get You a Box. I'm gonna give them a 4.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, that was a solid burger.
Oh, yeah.
Now I think probably hot. It might be able to get to a 5.
Yeah,
100%.
But
everybody on a 4
seasoned,
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
because it was very seasoned. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
that. Pick a box over there. Let's see what we got.
All right, we're gonna get Craft Bar here.
All right.
Now, Kraft Bar actually got some good Brussels sprouts. I don't know if you know
Okay.
about that. They got some good charred Brussels sprouts. And it's weird to talk about a restaurant and their sides and not their actual dish.
Yeah.
But nah, their Brussels is
I always find it weird. I'm glad we're getting burgers and stuff. I'm glad we're doing the burgers because for me personally, like I'm not the type of guy that goes out and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a cheeseburger
Yeah.
from like a sit down restaurant. If I'm in the mood for a burger, I'm going to like Five Guys
Oh,
or,
yeah.
or somewhere like that.
can't hide money, I see.
Hey, it's close and it's really good, my man.
$25. Yeah,
Yeah.
nah.
It's close and it's really good, my guy.
I get you.
Oh yeah.
But I always feel weird going to like a sit down restaurant and getting like a burger and just
Yeah.
being like, yeah, this is my meal, because I feel like there's so much more. Not dissing a burger, but I feel like there's so much more to
A sit down restaurant.
a sit down
Yeah.
restaurant than getting a burger.
I think honestly though, the ideal special guest should have been Mallory. I mean, every time I grilling, that's the first thing that Mallory's asking for. You got burgers?
Oh.
Right? And if you know me and stuff like that, you've been to some of the like sporting events that me and Drew are at. I would say about 8 out of 10 times I'm gonna have a grill with me, and I'm throwing down on the grill. But yeah, I mean, Mallory's always gonna ask like burgers. That's her thing. So
Interesting. I did not know that about her. But if you ever get a chance, I will give him a free plug. If you ever get a chance to get a meal cooked by yours truly, Eddie, you're gonna enjoy it and you will remember it. Facebook kept freezing on you. Why do we? All right,
We've always had issues with Facebook.
we'll work that out.
Yeah.
All right. So what we got here? This Kraft Bar
Craft
Yeah.
bar.
bacon with cheese.
This was Gouda. They didn't have American, so it's Gouda. So
Okay.
they're already bougie as it is. Not as seasoned, but you can tell that there's some there,
Oh yeah.
but it's not as seasoned. It more tastes like just a plain burger.
Yeah.
I feel like the bacon stole the show. It has that little smoky, but then
Oh yeah.
when you actually eat the grilled onions, that was the bite to have. Like other than that, burger ain't seasoned to my expectations or the way I would normally cook a burger. But yeah, I would say this is definitely like a 2. If
Yeah.
I had the option to give a 3, maybe a 3. But yeah, this is a 2 in my books.
I was going 1, and then I got a bite with bacon and said, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
bacon,
Yeah.
bacon, go 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bacon's where it's at for that sandwich.
I just took a piece off and just said, I'm just going to have the bacon.
I wasn't going to waste it.
And it felt like if you're gonna give me a burger with Gouda on it, like let me taste the Gouda.
Yeah.
So we got Kraft Bar at 2.
It's kind of disappointing too because I actually enjoy going to Kraft Bar.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I'm not going there to get a burger, like you say, right?
yeah. It's well, I brought it up because I was like, I really enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I'll eat a burger any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
But if I'm not gonna, I feel like there's more that restaurants offer. So I feel like I'm wasting a meal if I go sit at a sit down restaurant and getting a burger. But if I taste it here and go, wow, that was a really good burger. Like I'm already thinking about how I can get Michaela to come this side of the bridge so we can go to get you a box.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking about it.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got next. House at Henry.
Yeah.
So the House of Henry burger is going to be the black and blue. However, I wasn't sure if Drew and Jeffrey would like the blue crumble. So I ended up getting it with, I think, American that they had available. But you got to get yourself a tater tot. There you go.
That's not as cold as I thought the tater tot was going to be. I'll go ahead and eat.
Break off. Go.
Don't sleep on the poutine at the Kraft Bar. Okay. I'm gonna have to give that a shot. Now that's a nice cross section of a burger. That's a thick burger.
Oh yeah.
Man.
And I had them cook it at medium
Okay.
because they give you the option to choose how you want to cook.
That's how I had Kraft Bar as well. Everywhere
Right.
else it was just as is.
Well, I think in a situation like this, having it medium and letting it sit, the juices of inside of the burger still stays in there. So
Yeah.
like this burger was not dry at all.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, like this is definitely trumping the Kraft Bar right now. Is it as good as the Get You a Box right now? I can't see it beating Get You a Box, but this is definitely right now number 2 since we've only tried 3 burgers.
I said we make an exception. We can go 3.5.
Yeah.
Because this not get you a box, but it's definitely better than Kraft.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because you could taste the flavor of the burger, and it doesn't compete. It marries with the bacon, and you still taste the onion. You still taste the tomato, like all the extra little flavors. You still taste all of it. That's a good burger. Jeffrey, what you thinking over there, big fella?
I was actually, thinking about that 3 exception that we have. No 3s, but that's definitely a 3 burger.
Yeah.
High 3 burger, but definitely not on the same as Get You a Box, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I like you said, this has that exception of maybe like a 3.5, 3.5.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, whenever we, at the end of it all, once we try all the burgers, we can obviously go back and re-rate and change because right now, Get You a Box might be a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to start out too high with it and be like, this is the best it's going to get, but I might have started with the biggest one.
Yeah.
Also, for those that are watching, that I think the only burger that actually has like condiments on it is going to be the Tally Ho.
Okay.
Besides, I think Get You a Box had whatever they put in their seasoned and stuff like that. But I know when we were cutting up and prepping to get ready,
Everything else came on the side.
yeah, everything came on the side. And then I know when I made my order with Tally Ho, it was simply just all the way. It was just as simple as what I said.
Yeah, I just said every place I went, I said I need a bacon cheeseburger, just how it comes.
So I think for this one is going to have your mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, grilled onions, and I think I made sure that they added bacon to that. So
So this is Tally Ho's.
Tally Ho's, yep.
And whenever I was at the break room, I was talking the lady who was the server bartender who checked me out. She said she'd be in the comments. She was definitely going to be paying attention and seeing what we said about her burger. So don't worry, we'll come in. But whenever I told her that we had got the different places that we had gotten the burgers from, as soon as I said Tally Ho, she goes, ooh.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Kyle.
She goes, ooh, that's probably going to be number 1.
Really? I blame Kyle. These sofas ain't made for big people. I'm just saying, man. He got a little big back.
So have either of you guys had poutine?
I have not.
Party Foul in Nashville Airport. They got the poutine fries. I got that once out there.
You did get that.
It's definitely an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Some might not like it because of the whole little gravy on top of fries and everything like that. But Party Fouls is definitely one of the spots I go to when I'm at the airport and the layovers in Nashville.
Hey, if you get a chance, fly through Nashville, Party Foul. Got to. So let's see what Tally Ho's all about. Yeah, it definitely has. Ooh, that cheese is nice on top. That cross section's pretty. I know that this is doing nothing for you guys, but this is doing nothing. But that's a pretty.
Yeah.
That's lovely. I'm excited for this. Ooh, and a little pickle on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some things can just, whether it's music, a sound, a smell,
Just hit you with like an instant, like
Nostalgic.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
you go back to back when GMOs weren't a thing, sitting like my mama made this burger, like just a down Southern home burger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry, Get You a Box, but that
It's up there.
Yeah.
for me, I'm going 5 with Tally Ho's.
I'm gonna still give it a 4. I've gone to Tally Ho's quite a few times. I've been a good fan of them, but it's just one of those things. Like if you're craving a good like mom and pop cheeseburger and stuff like that. Now, granted, they got about 20 different things on their menu,
Oh yeah,
right? It's like an old school Sonic. So you
drive
just
up.
pull up and someone comes to your window. Hey, you've been here before. Now you need a menu. Here you go. And they'll come back and, attend to you afterwards and stuff like that. They're not on rollerblades or skates or anything like that though, but
That is a, oof.
but it's a good burger.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what's your vote? Spoken just like a server. Took him right as he got a bite.
I'm gonna throw this one a 5, just like you did.
Okay. Now, I ask this because this was the only burger that had all the extra condiments on it. Is that what's giving it that little extra point that you're giving it to? Because again, all the other burgers that we have, all the condiments came on the side.
For me, it's more of the taste of the burger.
Yeah.
Because it definitely, it tasted more like Southern home cooking
Okay.
to me.
I'll take it one step further, right? We talked about how it was like nostalgic, right?
Yeah.
It tasted like a McDonald's cheeseburger when we were growing up from the Happy Meal.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Ding, ding.
Because like the bread was kind of like, I won't say it's similar to that texture.
That's exactly what this bread looks like.
But I would say, like, besides, like, this one had, like, the circled ring onions. McDonald's has the little minced ones. But it just gives you that instant classic of a good,
Where's my Happy Meal toy?
right?
Where's my toy? Oh, man. I don't know if it was the fans, but I took a bite of that and got a chill. And I was like, this is lovely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're still going with a 5 on it?
Oh, 100%.
Okay. I'm still going to give it a 4,
I will say the condiments do help it, but just the sheer nostalgic taste of the burger does it for me.
Yep.
And all we have left is the break room.
Yeah.
So this was actually recommended by a gentleman in our comments, so Chef Ross. So let's see what you got for us.
Let's see if I can spill it again on Kyle's couch.
Actually, that's Michaela's couch. Michaela be coming at you throwing hands.
Now, I don't know if you guys had as much pickle on that one as I did, but I'm not a big fan of pickles.
I hate pickles, but I'm
But that pickle, that was like a really good pickle. I'll say that.
interesting.
Pickles are there. I know every food's like this, but to me, pickles in that essence are on burgers are there to serve a purpose. And I know every food is there to serve a purpose, but at the end of the day, I feel like that it played well with others, because there are a lot of times like the pickle is overpowering, and a lot of times the onion will do that to me a lot as well. But if you can mix it all together, that's when you know you've got a really good burger.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes, like Chick-fil-A, for example, not trying to give them a shout out or anything like that, but like I have to get no pickles.
Yeah.
Because the pickle on a spicy chicken sandwich, like, even if I'm taking the pickles off of the bread, like, it still has that briny taste.
Still taste it.
It's just like, you got to power through it, right?
Because that sucker, if you've ever taken them off yourself, that sucker's like soaked into there. You can see the ridges of everything. Should have gotten the Juicy Lucy at the break room, but it doesn't cut well. All right, well, we'll know for next time. So let's see what we got here. That's a good burger.
Yeah.
That meat is good.
The bread is sweet.
Yeah.
The bread got a little sweetness to it, like kind of like a Hawaiian roll-ish.
Yeah, I like that. And the onion's not overpowering. The onion plays well with others.
But I had a slice of tomato that was like the same size as a burger patty. So that's all I had on that first bite. So I had to get 2 more bites in. But, I mean.
Did you guys get any bacon on that?
No.
Okay.
Did you?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any in box? You got the box.
You definitely taste the char on it though.
Oh, the Juicy Lucy is stuffed with cheddar and bacon. Holy moly! What were you saying, Jeff?
You can definitely taste the char on that burger.
Oh, yeah.
That is a good char though. That is, ooh, it all mixed as well.
It's kind of crazy because at this point, I've got a good idea for all of these, my list, but they're all rated around the same,
Yeah.
but they're all for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's a 4, but it's totally different than why the Get You a Box is a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just my take is still Get You a Box is taking this award, right? Tally Ho's is going to be right behind it. I would put probably the Break Room literally right underneath for Tally Ho, or even par with Tally Ho. Kind of like 1, 2 tie for second, and then you got your 4 and 5 with House of Henry and Craft Bar holding up the bottom. But that's just my rankings.
So you had Get You a Box, Tally Ho, Break Room, and then
Craft Bar holding down.
Craft Bar, House of Henry. Jeffrey, your final rankings.
What was this last one? I can't remember. Not the one that we just had, but the one before.
Shoot.
Tally Ho.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tally Ho.
As number 1?
Yeah, number 1.
All right.
That pickle really mixed well. I've never been a fan of pickles personally, but oh my gosh, that makes me want to have a pickle on a burger. That feels weird to say, but and then I'm gonna go with Get You a Box for second. House of Henry third.
Oh.
Then I'll take Break Room for fourth, and then Craft Bar for last.
All right. And for me, I'm going to go with, let's see, finish writing this out. Tally Ho's going to come in first for me. Break Room is going to take second.
You got to Get You a Box in third.
Get You a Box in third. Ooh. And then I'm going to go House of Henry fourth, and Craft Bar as last.
Okay.
I didn't see a lot from Craft Bar.
Yeah.
Didn't really hit for me.
Like, their fries were good. They were solid when we
Yeah.
were cutting it up and everything like that. But
And like we said, I feel like it might have had a better chance being hot,
yeah,
which is all. I mean, could be said about all of them. But they're the true test of a burger is let it sit for a bit and we'll see what happens. So let's see. So nobody doubled up on rankings except for Craft Bar coming in last.
is all of our lists totally different from 1 to 4 then?
Pretty much. You had so it was Get You a Box, Tally Ho.
Okay.
Tally Ho, Get You a Box, Break Room. Break Room, House of Henry, Get You a Box. Craft Bar, Break Room, House of Henry. House of Henry, Craft Bar, Craft Bar.
I mean, it speaks volumes though that at least 1 and 2 are neck and neck with each other.
Exactly.
And we all know who's the worst right now.
Yeah.
And there's not trying to badmouth them or anything like that. Let's get that cleared.
Yeah.
Because Craft Bar has good food.
And for at the end of the day, for your opinion, feel free to do this on your own.
Yeah.
Because your opinion is going to be totally different than our opinion.
Oh yeah.
Because we're all, the three of us are from different backgrounds. And at the end of the day, we've also done, you just heard our lineups. Like, they're totally different from each other. So, and it speaks a lot of volumes about the places in town that we can do this and it still be a little different here and there to where nobody's going, they're the best, they're the best, they're middle, they're the worst.
Well, that also like makes me think when certain places, restaurants and stuff like that get awarded the best in Bay County, or who exactly is doing this voting and
Yeah.
casting the votes, and like how are they going about this? Because is it by reviews or you know what I'm saying?
I think if it's anything like Middle Tennessee, then it's it's on by newspaper. Like it's an ad
Okay,
and online where you can go in and you just scroll down to whatever
you just
you
cast
want
your
and you
vote.
cast your vote.
Yeah.
And for a lot of times, it ends up being who has the most loyal
Like
people.
like
Just
popularity.
to, yeah. So sometimes it ends up being like, holy crap, they won, and the true locals know
They know.
they know.
Yeah.
But it's more for the obviously in a very touristy place, you want that publicity for people to look at you and go, oh well, they're the best in Bay County. We're in Bay County. Let's go there. So, let's go ahead. We're about almost to the hour mark.
Yeah.
I think we're making good time here.
Hey,
Let's,
who scored for the Packers? I haven't looked yet.
Chef Ross, who scored? Matthew Golden, I'm guessing. I'm hoping not. I don't really know.
Well, I'm not playing you this week anyway, so
He beat me last week, so whatever. All right, so let's get some picks in. We've got Jeffrey's got all of Kyle's picks.
Yep.
And we will go
share his
ahead.
notes.
I'll go ahead and I can't see that far. I'll just pull it up on my phone. We're good.
all right.
So, starting off with our first game, as I'm not on the right page on my phone.
For college football, we got Pitt that's 2-0 at West Virginia University with a 1-1 record.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Pitt. Oh, Romeo Dobbs scored. I'll go ahead and take Pitt.
Kyle took Pitt as well.
And I'm going with Pitt as well.
All right, sticking with college football, we'll go Colorado at Houston. I'm gonna take Houston at home.
H-Town, baby. I'm going to give them some love on this one.
Kyle took Colorado.
Okay, Bluffs. All right, USC at Purdue. Now, we were looking at this beforehand, and oh my goodness, I don't know if this matters to anybody, but both teams are 2-0, and I know Purdue's 2-0 is different than USC's 2-0. But what's the point spread on this?
20.5 in
my
favor of USC.
Thank goodness we're not picking against the spread, but USC coming all the way to Purdue, and if you know anything about Big Ten football, Purdue is the type of team that's going to play spoiler. I'm going to take Purdue here.
I'm going with favorites still. I'm still taking USC.
Kyle took USC as well.
All right, we've got Washington State at North Texas.
North Texas being the favorites. North Texas is 2-0. Washington State is 2-0. I'm going to go with Washington State. As much as I want to root for North Texas, I'm going to go with Washington State on this.
Green Wave, give me North Texas. Come on.
And Kyle took Washington State as well.
Wazoo. All right. Wisconsin at number 19, Alabama, who are a 21.5-point favorite.
Wisconsin's 2-0. Bama's 1-1.
This game's at Bryant Denny, though.
It is, and he needs to redeem himself after week 1.
We said it a couple weeks. We said it. Me and Kyle were talking about it a couple weeks ago. Whenever we're doing our college football pick'ems, our college football preview,
Yeah.
it comes down. There are a couple coaches in this area, as well as in this era right now. You better.
You got to win.
He better win.
He got to win because you look at UF right now, losing to USF.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I think Dan Mullen is 3-0 at UNLV.
yeah.
I think I saw one of the clips, so it's just like,
Did you see who their defensive coordinator is?
who is it?
Fontez Burfict.
Oh no!
And they're leading the nation in defensive penalties.
Good Lord. Not surprised. Not surprised. How many people left in an ambulance then with a concussion, head injury, targeting?
Probably won a game.
Probably.
I'm gonna take Wisconsin with the points. I think they keep
points,
it.
or are they going?
I'm taking the points. I'm taking the points. I think
Going
Bama
Bama.
wins, but it's going to be within the 21.5.
Ah, shoot. I'm gonna go. I feel like this is a Lee Corso moment where he's pulling out the head and he's picking a Badger. Going Wisconsin with the surprise.
Wisconsin.
And Kyle took Bama to cover.
Okay. Then we've got number 12 Clemson at Georgia Tech. I'm gonna take Clemson. They've got to figure something out because they looked like a decent team against LSU.
I got to see who exactly Georgia Tech beat, though.
They look like a team that could compete for the ACC, like one of the best teams in the nation, like they were projected to be. And then they go last week at home against Troy, and
Almost lost
for 90% of the game.
Yeah.
It's looking like, what the heck is going on with Clemson? Did LSU break Clemson? And me as an LSU fan, I'm sitting there going, did we beat a bad team by 3 points? Granted, in their stadium, which makes it better. But at the end of the day, like, we expected them to be top tier. Yeah. I need them to keep winning to make that win look better. I'm going to take Clemson.
Yeah, I mean, looking up who Georgia Tech played the first 2 weeks, they played Colorado, won by 7, and then Gardner-Webb, they beat them by 47. So I'm going to go with Clemson. Clemson's going to take, and they're going to cover the points, 3.5.
I'm guessing Kyle took Clemson because he took them to win the ACC. Then we've got number 18, USF at number 5, Miami.
Battle of the South Florida.
We're taking, you better put quotations there, and we're taking the spread into account because for whatever reason, they decided to put this game at a 17.5 point favorite towards Miami. This is going to be a great game. I really hope it lives up to what everyone's expecting it to be because I think it really has the potential to because of what USF has been able to do. And one thing's for sure, they're not going to be able to come out and shock the world like they did last week. I think Miami's going to be a little bit more prepared.
Yeah.
But I think some of those guys on USF, I think they're ready for the big stage. They beat Boise State.
Week 1.
Upset them. Upset Florida at Florida last week. Can they go for the third
Can they go for the hat
straight upset?
I think they cover the points, but I think Miami is just better offensively than UF is. So I'm going to have Miami take this one.
I'm right there with you. I think Miami wins, but I think it's within. I think it's a 10-point game.
Yeah.
And Kyle took Miami to cover.
Number 4, Oregon, a 28.5 point favorite at Northwestern. So for me, the at Northwestern is the scary part because anytime you travel from the West Coast to the East Coast, I don't know if that's West Coast, Midwest, but for Northwestern, at the end of the day, what Oregon did last week, freaking boat racing Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
I mean, that was at home, but at the end of the day, they pulled no punches against.
They're trying to make a statement.
Yeah, they're trying to prove that they're the team to beat in the Big Ten. So let that wrecking ball come into Northwestern, and I'm gonna take the Ducks to cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride that train with you.
And Kyle took Northwestern to cover.
Okay, cool. I can get a game on them. We got 16 Texas A&M at number 8 Notre Dame. I don't believe in Notre Dame at all.
Their magic is gone.
I never have. I wish Marcus Freeman was our head coach, not Brian Kelly. But I don't think they have the horses this year to be able to compete at a high level. I don't believe in Texas A&M either. They always seem to be really good in the early going, and then all of a sudden they end up 7-5. It's like, where the heck did this come from?
How do you hit a slump so bad?
Yeah.
But I just feel like that's with all sports teams, right? The ones that you really believe in, right? Like, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Like, I know some diehard Cowboys fans, and not to throw shade, but it's just like 30 years, 30. Like, that's rough, and you still believe, but like, we got to believe in something, right? But I don't know. Texas A&M first game, they played UTSA, then they played Utah State. and now they're coming in and battling
And Utah State almost had them. It was close-ish.
at one point, and then it ran
Close-ish.
away 44-22. But
Notre Dame last year came into Kyle Field at Texas A&M and handled their business.
yeah,
I think Texas A&M is going to return the favor.
you think so? Shoot, I don't know. This is A&M's first road game, and it's away.
And how much does it help or hurt Notre Dame that they've only played one game, and it was a loss at Miami?
I think it's gonna hurt them a lot because I'm gonna go with the Aggies on this one. As far as like points wise, I know Notre Dame is pretty much favored a touchdown. I think Aggies cover that as well. Obviously, when they're gonna win, but yeah,
It's definitely interesting that they played a primetime game, had a week off.
yeah.
Now they're playing another primetime game. It's like,
That week off is gonna hurt them more
it's-
than it's gonna help them.
because I remember playing football myself, and this is true of any sport. Like you get geared up for the season, and all of a sudden you get into the first game, and next thing you know, it's
Yeah,
okay. Now I got a break. I played one game. What do I have a break for now?
yeah.
So,
What Kyle has.
Kyle has Notre Dame.
all right, we got number 6 Georgia at number 15 Tennessee, both sitting there 2-0. This I think this is going to be the game of the week. That and either USF and Miami.
I can see that. I mean, Miami has the offense again. They're playing a team that spoiled 2 top-ranked teams or top 25 teams at the time. Obviously, Boise State's not up there anymore. I mean, who knows? I mean, if South Florida pulls this off, that's going to be the headlines for the next week until they play again. And then they probably end up losing to like a really bad team.
Georgia Southern.
Right. And then it's just like, wow, we really just lost to this team. You know, we all look back and
Yeah.
like, yeah, we should have beat them. We should have beat the brakes off of them, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think Georgia's clicking now, you know, and Kirby Smart has always, you know, got them in check. They might have slow starts to certain games, but like he brings out the dog, no pun intended in him. But yeah, I'm gonna say Georgia by 3.5.
Funniest tweet or social media message I've seen in recent days. It said Nico's dad was truly a Tennessee fan. He just knew his son was going to be Tennessee would be better without his son.
So making a swap for what is it, UCLA?
Yeah,
He's just swapped quarterbacks, and now that quarterback's having
This
the season of
kid's-
his life.
killing it. And you know, Neyland Stadium's going to be rocking and ready for Georgia.
Yeah.
They've got a newfound confidence. They're for the general public, people outside of the field, people outside of the state of the city of Knoxville, the diehards, they're always going to believe. But for people like me and for people like you, I don't think we all saw this coming from this Tennessee team, especially after losing Nico. So I'm actually going to take Tennessee.
Okay.
And Kyle took Georgia.
All right, let's run through these real quick. So we've got NFL Giants at Cowboys. Okay, Mr. Philly.
I know, right? I hope it ends in the tie. How about that?
I'm gonna take the Cowboys because they actually look competent, and Russell Wilson did
Looked horrible,
not.
man. But if I have to pick, Dallas.
And Kyle took Cowboys.
Eagles Chiefs.
Oof. Well, hopefully Jalen Carter doesn't get ejected within the first 6 seconds.
My God.
Jesus.
Oh man,
That was rough. I mean, hopefully, from what I've seen, he's only had to pay a fine. They're counting the fact that he got ejected 6 seconds into the game as his 1-game suspension.
okay, good for him.
So I'm hoping with him back on the field, the defense will look alive and we'll be able to get some sacks.
So, a story that I had heard, but I'd only heard it from one place. Apparently, Dak was spitting, but he was talking to talking smack to Jalen Carter, but he went to spit because, as you know,
And he had
you
his 2
just spit.
linemen right in front of him, so it went straight down.
But he just spit in his direction. But Dak has said, "Oh no, I wasn't spitting at him.
Oh, he was egging
So
them
now
on.
it's retaliation.
Yeah.
Now it's retaliation from Jalen Carter's perspective, and now it makes it more like, okay, it's still not good,
Yeah,
still not okay, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I can see it. You get spit on, like, don't deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, spitting towards the general area, that's one thing, right? I mean, Jalen Carter could have easily done the same thing and just walked away, but like Dak doing that and then smiling, nodding, like, yeah, I'm in your head now. Like he it was definitely a head game,
Yeah.
cat and mouse type of thing. I'm just kind of also disappointed that no other Eagles was next to Jalen Carter
Exactly.
in that situation.
Like, you got all those homeboys from back in Georgia in your days there. Where were they?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, very shocking. I mean, I knew once he left the game, like confidence went down just a little bit. You know, it was like shit. Well, like Dallas isn't terrible, right? They always have great runs here and there, and for them to just come out and beat Philadelphia when they just during their ceremony and stuff like that with the Super Bowl and stuff, I mean, that could have changed the trajectory of both seasons, literally.
Oh, 100%.
But with him back in the lineup, I'm definitely taking the Eagles over the Chiefs.
I'm going to...
It's an Arrowhead too, though. So
yeah,
that's the scary part.
until proven otherwise, Mahomes at home.
Yeah.
Kyle took Eagles.
Ooh. Me and Kyle got a lot of similar picks going on right now.
He knew you was going to be in the building.
Right. I'm wearing my Glizzy boys just for him because he wasn't here.
All right, last three. We got Falcons, Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings because FTF.
I don't know. I love what I saw out of JJ. And I know I texted you during the game and said this game is boring.
Yeah.
And because he wasn't balling.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Michael Penix, he carried them literally. I just think with them being in Skull territory, JJ with the war paint, like he fits
Back
that
home?
crowd. Yeah, I'm going Vikings.
His first home start. Well, did he? Technically, I guess he start. No, he didn't start
No.
because he got hurt in training camp.
Yeah.
Kyle took Falcons.
FTF. Bucks at Texans, and we were talking about it earlier. What is wrong with this Texans team?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm
offense.
looking at the box score from last week.
Hey.
Stroud only had 188 yards,
Yeah.
and his highest receiver, I think, had 3 catches for 32 yards. So he spread the ball around, cool, but with 3 catches apiece as your highest,
And I think they lost by a field goal, which is
I
crazy
think, it
to
was
say.
I think it was like 14-9 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Like
And he lost to the Rams.
You throw for 188, and they threw an interception on the last drive.
Yeah.
I tuned in late on that.
Was it? No,
Excuse me.
it wasn't a last drive. I think it was the punch. You punched the fumble
Yeah,
out.
yes,
So,
yes. So it's definitely, they were in that game, which is crazy to say because that defense is nasty.
yeah.
But if you can get them some offense, whoo-wee, which with CJ Stroud, that's what you're expecting.
Yeah.
You've got everything you
He has the weapons.
It's crazy because I relate it to softball. You have all the people in line that you believe in, that you want up and down your lineup, up and down your squad. It's up to them to go and produce. And when they don't produce, you're left with your hands and head in your hands going, what now?
Yeah.
What do I change? Who do I flip out? This person was here. I convinced myself all week, put this person here. What now?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Texans.
You going Texans?
Yeah.
I'm a let Kyle go first, right?
Not so fast, my friend.
Kyle took the Bucks.
Yeah. We're on the same wavelength right now because I don't know, the rookie they drafted.
Emeka Ibuka.
Yeah, I wasn't going to butcher that name, so I'm glad you got it.
I picked him in fantasy.
yeah.
I love that man.
Honestly, like him and his connection with Baker, and you got Mike Evans on the other side, like that's a hard little duo to break up. So, and I don't know if you read the article, like he actually asked for that post route.
Yeah, he came in the huddle and said, "I'll run a game on him.
Yeah,
Give me a post."
and then call game on it, like
Ooh,
yeah,
that's it.
yeah. I'm gonna ride his hype train right now, and
As-
I'm gonna pick the Bucks over the Texans.
As a Saints fan, I can't bring myself to do it, but that's a dude. That's a dude.
Yeah.
That's a dude. Last game, we got Chargers at Raiders. The Raiders now, Geno's balling.
And he has weapons. Now, I know Bowers is, I think, questionable because he had like a little knee injury and stuff like that. But I was watching a reel earlier, and I think Chris Long was on the show, and he was saying Dome Geno versus Outdoors Geno are two different players. In a closed environment, he had like a passer rating of like 103. And then outdoors, his passer rating was like 87.
That's wild. He played so many years in Seattle, and he was drafted to New York. That's wild.
Yeah, so with it being a home game, I'm still going Justin Herbert, dog.
Jay Herbs.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers on this.
Give me the Raiders.
Kyle took the Chargers.
Boy, I got you, Kyle.
I'm either going to have a really good week
Yeah.
or a really bad one. But that's what we're here for, because at the end of the day, it's what I relate live sports betting to. For me, I feel like I know enough that I could make competent picks. But I know as soon as money gets involved, I'm gonna be like, oh, I thought this. Why didn't this happen? What happened here? So we'll go ahead and close out the show with what are you grateful for? I'll give Eddie some time to think. I'll put Jeffrey on the spot. What you thinking, big fella?
Definitely grateful to have this show. Definitely be able to come over, hang out. Even though I may not be on the show every week, I may be on, every once in a blue moon. But, I'm definitely grateful that I get to sit over here and crack up in the corner with you guys while, we talk about Passion of Christ 2 or,
That's the wildest thing. Oh my God.
Hey.
For me, I'm gonna say I'm grateful for Kyle, because the past week, talking with him and talking with Eddie and trying to figure out, number one, coming up with an idea of what to do, executing that plan, remembering to do everything, and with the way that everything played out, like it reminds me of how much he actually does. And I always, I've said it on here, I've said it to him, I always want him to be, I don't want to put too much on him, and I hope showing him that I could run a show without him, it gives him the faith that in the future, if this ever needs to happen, it can happen.
Yeah.
So, but I am grateful for everything that Kyle does. It does feel weird sitting on this side of the couch, on this side.
How broken in is that chair, though, is what I really want to know.
It's nice. I say it's very nice, very nice. But it's a different view. I'm not used to this side of the room. I'm used to sitting on that side. Yeah. But I mean, it does make it easier to read comments.
Yeah,
it does. But and we appreciate everyone who has stuck with us this whole time. So appreciate everybody. But what are you grateful for, sir?
Honestly, just being able to wake up every day. And, I know that's very cliche and stuff like that, but, just to be able to, reach out to my friends every day and stuff like that, just check in, right? Just being able to, help others in the sense of whether it's, to play sports or just coaching them with little things. I think I give out a lot of advice from time to time. I mean, then again, I'm a lot older than some of you guys, at least most of my friends. I mean, outside of like Jamel, right? He's 39. I'm 37, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the friends that I have are a lot younger. So, like, I went through life a little bit. So, I think I'm grateful for the opportunity to kind of be like a big brother to some folks. I mean, granted, I have my older brother who whooped the out of me growing up.
What else are brothers for?
But, like, it's crazy because, I'm grateful for having that other sibling.
Yeah.
Right. To go through these battles and those trials and, tribulations and stuff like that. I hated my brother growing up because we have a 7-year age gap. little things where he used to beat my behind when parents weren't around or whatever, and just bully me around and stuff like that. And then, a big turning point in our lives was, my freshman year in college. He actually was trying to have me skip. Not a lot of people know this, right? So junior college, I didn't have the SAT scores to go play ball, so I went to JUCO and stuff like that. The weekend that I actually got into my car accident, he wanted me to go with him to go party at Penn State with my cousins. And I told him, no, this was my weekend that I might be getting looked at because there were some, D1 schools out there and stuff like that. And I had a great start to the season and everything like that. And 7 o'clock in the morning happens. I got hit by a tractor trailer on the highway where I'm literally maybe about 15 minutes away from campus. And, I remember blacking out and then waking up, gaining conscious, and my phone was ringing, and I pick it up, and it's actually my coach. Mountain Man. I was $180. I had long hair. I didn't shave, so my beard was out there. Like, if you seen like a Brandon
Marsh.
Yeah, it was definitely like, Marsh, Satterfield, and Michael when they grow out their beards. Like, it was like that. And because of my hair being long and beard out there and the glass shattering and stuff like that, my hair actually blocked a lot of that glass shattering in my face. But my coach called and he was like, Mountain Man, where are you? And I was like, bro, like, I just gained conscious. I think my legs broke. Like, I got into a bad car wreck. He was like, speedy recovery. We'll talk soon. Click. And I was just like, damn, all right.
That's it?
Yeah. So it was just like, shit. Then my cousins, and I'm looking at the messages. And then I remember I called my bro. Before anyone else, I called my bro. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. He was out all last night drinking and partying and stuff like that. So, like, didn't really get a hold of him. Whatever. Then I called my parents. And when I went to the hospital, I had to wait like 4 hours before they even actually put me in a room and all that stuff. So by the time I actually got seated in a room, they was just like, hey, look, this is the little clicker for morphine. Gone, right? And then I just wake up, and like Penn State, I think from their location to like where I was, I think it was like 5.5 hours away. My brother made that trip in 3.
Wow, I believe it.
And, sometimes when you have those scary types of events that take place, like, I don't know, something just takes over, right?
Yeah.
And like from that point on, like, our relationship just grew, and he ended up being more of like a father figure to me than my actual father. Like, I don't really talk to my father like that anymore because of the whole situation of life and stuff like that. But like my brother took over that role. So definitely, super grateful for him and all the wisdoms and stuff like that. And life would be totally different without him for sure.
Wow. Well, I don't know how to segue to talking about Bass Tackle Supply, but I'm gonna cast a line and see what happens. So, like I said at the very beginning of the show, we have a 10% off promo code for you. If you use code LEAVEIT, you're gonna get 10% off your order. It's a great time. It's always a great time to go fishing. Anytime you need anything for fishing, your Bass Tackle Supply, go to basstacklesupply.com. They'll get you hooked up. They'll get you taken care of for whatever you might need. All right. And we'll go ahead and say goodnight. Thank you for joining us, Mr.
Hey,
Eddie.
man.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, though, I thought I would be like super nervous, right? First time being on the podcast, because, talking in public and all that stuff ain't easy for everybody, right? So I think that's probably like if I rewatch this, I'm probably looking at you, so I don't see that. Like, bro. So I'm like looking at you, like, yo. So how was that burger? And it's just like, but
You want a burger?
Right.
Oh, you need a burger. but it's a crazy thing because it really my first time was a 4-hour NFL draft coverage episode.
Oh, Jesus.
Granted, we had we had 3 or 4 of us, so it was you were able to mix along. Yeah. And I didn't like I had told you on the way over here. I was like, hey, I'm gonna have Jeffrey on with us because with 2 voices, with someone who hasn't done it,
it
Yeah.
can kind of get a little
Awkward.
awkward.
Like,
We're-
yo, say something. Say
you,
something.
you gonna say something? Like, look, I'm dying for air over here, my
Yeah.
guy. So just having another voice. Appreciate you coming on as well, Jeffrey.
Of course.
So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and once you get started, it just and at some point you forget about the cameras, and you start just relaxing and going, hey, I'm just talking. I'm talking burgers with my boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
it's definitely easier when you got food and you get to talk about it, right?
And then sports on top of it.
Amen.
Hey, it can't.
Amen.
If only we could get paid.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we're gonna sign off. We
Hey,
appreciate everybody
peace out.
having us. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Please share. Please like. Share it. All the good stuff. We'll
Kyle
see you
got
next
that
week.
reimbursement check looking for you.